Yo, what's up guys, Boss here. I'm back in the YouTube video. This time we're going to be playing the global tournament again. I'm currently 16-2 on my mini account, and I'm going to try to get to 20 wins using the deck that I think is really solid in this global tournament. A lot of people have been using it. You guys might have seen this deck going around, SPLASHYARD with Goblin Hut. So this deck was really popular a couple seasons ago, even last season with Bomb Tower instead of the Goblin Hut, but after the Goblin Hut got a buff, this deck has kind of taken over. The Bomb Tower variant has been used a lot more, and there's a lot of people in the global tournament in the top 50 using the deck. And if you guys watched my last video, made a video on getting to 15 wins in the global tournament with Lava Hound. Lava Hound's very good, but a couple matchups are pretty difficult for it, such as Elixir Golem being one of them, and then there's a couple others I can't really think of right now, but any deck that has like Inferno Drag or something like that's pretty hard. This specific graveyard deck does really good versus Elixir Golem, and really kind of the only bad matchup for this graveyard deck is Lava Hound. Everything else is a very good matchup, which is why this deck is very, very popular right now. So let's just go ahead, go into the first game. I would like to get 20. I've already lost 2 games. Ideally, I want to get to 20 wins without dropping another game. That would be really solid. And then let me know what deck you guys want to see in the next video, because most likely I'm going to do another video tomorrow. Either I'm pushing to 7K on my main account or another global tournament video. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. So this guy's going to go for Prince to start the game off. So we're going to go for a Knight on this Prince. Goblin Hut should help out, and he's going to have Golem. So we are going to be versing a Golem deck. You guys remember last video we versed Golem 4 times in a row. I don't think that's going to happen again. We are happening to verse Golem though, first game we play. This deck does really, really good versus Golem, and the reason why is because you have the Goblin Hut, you have the Tornado, and you can space everything out so they can't lightning everything. In this case, he is going to be able to lightning everything, well, most of the stuff. Baby Dragon survives with a sliver of HP. That's actually really clutch. We're just going to go for a Goblin Hut just to make sure that Golem doesn't, like, explode on our tower. And we do a pretty nice job defending there. And this guy's going to have a very, very strange Golem deck. You do sometimes verse these strange decks even when you get to, like, 15, 16 wins where I'm at right now. And it's just, I don't know why. There's just some strange decks people happen to get pretty far with, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, Golem Tesla. We're just gonna cycle our Ice Wizard in the back and see what else he has. So Golem double Prince should be pretty interesting. We're gonna have Knight and kind of Goblin Hut as like our way of dealing with the princes. And also we could even go for defensive graveyards if we really need to, but that's kind of gonna be like a last resort thing. We're just gonna poison here. I usually with this graveyard deck, it's a very passive deck. Really, there isn't any matchups where you're going to be playing aggressive. Even when you're versus Golem, which is an expensive deck, you're still going to be playing it quite passive. And the reason why is just because if you're going in for graveyards and, like, say you're versus, like, a Golem deck specifically, what'll probably end up happening is just, hold on. I lost kind of my train of thought here. They'll just play like a Dark Prince, Golem in front, and then after using the graveyard, you won't have any elixir to defend. That's a very, very valuable poison. We're going to be spacing everything out here so he can't lightning everything. And if he lightnings, that's kind of going to be an overcommitment in my opinion. So it's time to go in here. I'm not sure we're going to get damage, but this is at least going to force a lot of elixir out of him to defend this. We want to kill this Tesla as quick as possible. It's going to have guards. Guards are probably his best answer to the graveyard, so pretty interesting that he decided to cycle those on top of our push. And he's going to have arrows as well. So this is actually going to be a little bit harder than I thought, but look at all the damage we're getting. The reason why I'm saying it's going to be harder than I thought is because guards are a really good counter to the graveyard. But so far, things are looking so good. So far, things are looking pretty good. He does go for the lightning. I think that once again, we're going to go for a pretty aggressive graveyard just because that was a fairly aggressive lightning. And then we're just going to go ahead and poison because he's probably going to have to drop an Ewiz, or he's going to lose a lot of his tower, and it looks like that's going to be the case. So we kind of threw an early good game, but I still think it's going to be a good game in my opinion because all we need is 1 skeleton hit. I kind of threw the good game early because I honestly thought we were going to take tower there, but graveyard plus poison. We just need one skeleton hit, and then that will finish off the match. We do get the hit. That's going to do it. Good game, and we, again, happen to verse a Golem deck. I don't think we're going to verse Golem, like, 4 times in a row like last time, but, I mean, who knows? Because before I started recording, I actually played one game, and we versed a Graveyard deck, so... let's go for the next one here. 17-0, good stuff. As I said, ideally, hopefully, we can make it to 20 wins without dropping a game. Give this guy the good luck, see what he wants to do. He's going to go Skeleton Barrel in the back. So Skeleton Barrel usually means it's like Miner, could be Goblin Hut. It really depends on the variant. We don't know yet until he uses more of his cards. Ooh, he's... Okay. He's going to have the... This is going to be probably Mega Knight. Ooh. We're in kind of an interesting spot here. I think we need a defensive graveyard. Let's NATO this all, just so we can, we are going to need a knight. This is not good. Not good at all. He's going to be up, I think, a couple elixir. And yeah, this is going to be very hard. Mega Knight, Inferno Drag. If we can get out a single elixir without taking much damage, we'll be in a good spot, but... As I said, he's up a couple of elixir. We need to be really careful. That Inferno Drag is the biggest issue in this matchup. We don't have her set for it. We'll just Bar Barrel. I think we just need to ignore the Miner. If I had a Tornado in cycle, could have activated King because he didn't even play in the safe spot, but didn't have it in rotation. But so far, things are looking okay. I mean, we're almost in double elixir. Once we get in double, we can just stack Goblin Huts and hopefully overwhelm him. It's kind of our goal. But for now, we'll see kind of like what he wants to do. I think we need a Knight in the back. Let's go Goblin Hut. Here we go. It looks like we successfully made it to double without taking too much damage. He's going to go in really hard here, aggressively, it looks like. Let's just go for a Tornado. We kind of just want to kill these bats, kill all the spam as quick as possible. That should be good. I'm going to go Knight in the back. And we're actually going to Goblin Hut in the back. Because he's pretty much committed to the left lane, and if he goes Skeleton Barrel, we can just Bar Barrel it pretty easily. And we can't go, by the way, we can't go aggressive with the graveyards, because if we do, he's just going to counter push, and we can't defend. He has a lot of answers to the graveyard. Because he has so much, like, bait and spam. We're going to get the King activated. I'm not worried about those bats connecting. It's more important we get this King activated. We're still going to hold off on the graveyard. We're going to go in for one pretty soon, but we're going to wait just a little bit longer. I think he just lost connection. Wow, yeah, he lost connection. That's going to be it. GG. Wow, that was interesting that he lost connection there, but things were looking really good for us. Even if he didn't lose connection, I think we still probably would have won, because he kind of, we were overwhelming him with the Goblin Huts. We got our King activated, and you see, in that type of matchup, you're just going to be playing it pretty slow. You're not going in really aggressive at all. You don't want to play any graveyards in single in that matchup, no matter what the situation is. Even if you're up elixir, don't play a graveyard. And you don't want to play a single graveyard until double, sometimes even triple. That's also kind of how you play versus Expo. You take it very slow. You aren't going in for any graveyards in single elixir when you're versus like an Expo deck. Pretty much play it the same way versus a deck like that, just because they'll overwhelm you so easily if you're not careful. But yeah, very lucky there that he lost connection, but as I said, even if he didn't, I still think we would have won, because we were kind of like spamming him with the Goblin Huts there. Okay, but here we go. 18 wins, 2 more to go to get the 20. We'll start the game off with the Goblin Hut. Very good starting move. Really no way they can punish you too hard for it. And he's just going to go Baby Dragon to snipe it. So pretty well played on his part. We don't really want to leak elixir here, so I'll just go Ice Wizard when we're almost at 10. And we could have ourselves potentially a mirror matchup here. As I said, the deck I'm using is really, really popular in this global tournament. We're going to poison the Goblin Hut, even though he might have Graveyard. We have other means of dealing with it. We're not really in, like, an awful spot if he... and it looks like he might not even have Graveyard because he's got Dark Prince, so I don't even know. Okay, I don't know what variant this is. Tower luckily retargeted onto the Graveyard, and because he was so aggressive, I'm actually going to go Graveyard because I don't want him to get an easy King activation with that baby dragon, because he'd probably be able to, like, NATO it to the King, but it looks like since we applied pressure with the Graveyard, he wasn't able to do that easily, which is nice. So we're going to get some damage here. We even get 3 hits from the Barbarian, I think. Wow, that is really, really good. We're going to go Goblin Hut to kind of counteract his Goblin Hut. And actually, ours is really solid because with our timing, what it's going to do is every single time he has one of the Spear Goblins crossing over, it's always just going to be 1 hit. It's never going to get a hit on our tower, which is good. So he's going to have Giant Skeleton. So, I think I've seen this Graveyard deck a couple of times in the global tournament. I think I versed it once on my main account. It's a little bit of a pretty interesting deck. Don't know really how it's different than this one in terms of matchups, but Giant Skeleton is surely an annoying card, so I can see why it works, but I just feel like I prefer having this variant. I just feel like your cycle gets messed up a little bit more. That's kind of how we got damage in single, because we kind of screwed up his cycle. We're just going to poison the, oh man, okay, we're going to Goblin Hut in the back now. We're doing a really nice job of stacking. That was a very bad poison. He just poisoned pretty much nothing. Not too sure why he did that. We have a Goblin Hut helping against his Graveyard, so if he does end up going in for one, it shouldn't be too much of a hassle defending, and you can see we do a really nice job there defending his Graveyard. And I think I'm actually going to send in my own Graveyard here with all the crap we have coming down on his side of the map, and we're just going to poison. He ends up playing an Ice Wizard inside of the poison, so we're getting a very valuable poison, but that might be the most valuable Giant Skeleton bomb I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if you guys saw how much stuff was, like, on the map right there for him, but that was kind of absurd. I can't really believe that just happened. He is going to go for a poison, though, so we're going to go for a Bar Barrel as well as a Graveyard, just try and get damage on his tower. Barbarian, unfortunately, does not get the connection that we were looking for, so that's going to mean that we're not going to get too much damage at all off of that, but I guess it's not really the end of the world. I think we want to poison this, because I bet you he's going to... I thought he was going to maybe continue the push. It looks like he didn't. But this should be a pretty easy defense because we have all this down. Goblin Hut helping out. Very interesting Goblin Hut on his end. I think maybe he was blocking, predicting that we were going to go for a Graveyard. But now we definitely are because he has his poison out of rotation. And we're actually going to pair up with the poison because he's going to have to drop something to defend the Graveyard, and he chooses to go for an Ice Wizard. Ice Wizard isn't going to be enough to stop everything. Baby Dragon ends up getting a lock on his tower, so all we really need is one poison connection on his tower, and then we should be able to win this game pretty easily. I think we just need, like, probably 5 poison ticks, and it should be enough. Yeah, I think that was 5. That's going to be GG. So, nice win there versus kind of a similar deck, but he had Giant Skeleton instead of, I think, what even... Let me check. I think Dark Prince instead of Knight, and then Giant Skeleton instead of Bar Barrel, maybe? Yeah, so his deck is a lot more expensive, 4.3, and I feel like in Graveyard versus Graveyard matchups, he gets outcycled much easier. And yeah, 19-2. Let's go for one more. Try to get this 20 here. And then go from there. So we're going to start with the Goblin Hut again. We're getting really nice starting hands. Again, I always really just like starting with Goblin Hut first play. We're just going to kind of let that get a couple hits, and we might potentially have an exact mirror matchup here because he has Bar Barrel and Knight. So unless he's using some minor control deck, this is probably going to be a mirror matchup. We are going to be poisoning his Goblin Huts because they're pretty annoying, and Oh, he's got Musketeer. Okay, this is actually going to be, if he has Musketeer Graveyard, this is, I think, going to be slightly in his favor, because Musketeer is better than the Ice Wizard in this matchup, just because you can't really, it just kind of gets, okay, we're just going to actually do the same thing and pray we tower trade here. Yeah, okay, that was a very interesting play. I didn't really expect him to do that. Now we're kind of both in a pretty awkward spot, if I had to say. Again, really no idea why he did that. I wasn't expecting that at all, and really it didn't, in my opinion, benefit either one of us because we're both kind of in the same situation now. So what we're going to want to do here is just bar barrel this Musketeer so it doesn't get an absurd amount of damage on our King Tower. And then probably just Goblin Hut, and this is going to, this way wherever he plays his graveyard, it's going to help out, because if he graveyards on the King, the Spear Goblin will help out, and if he graveyards there, it'll help out. So we are just going to poison his Goblin Hut, because I don't want it to get an insane amount of damage on my King Tower, and he's just going to do the exact same thing. So let's just see what he wants to do now. He's going to actually go for a graveyard really aggressively. So we should be able to take that out pretty easily. And now I'm going to go for a graveyard because he was super aggressive. And he just goes for the poison on top of it, which is going to prevent most of the damage. But now that he doesn't have a poison in rotation, means we should be able to go for Goblin Hut. We're just going to play it here. And he's going to go for a Goblin Hut as well. So let's go Bar Barrel on top of his Musketeer just to finish it off. And he's going to go with a Graveyard again really aggressively. We're going to try to deny most of the damage here. We have so much stuff defending the Graveyard, it's not going to get pretty much any damage, which is great. And I'd like to go for a poison on this Musketeer here. Because we're hitting the Baby Dragon as well, it's actually going to be quite a valuable poison. I definitely think it was a good poison, but once again we have to watch out for his graveyard, and things are not looking the best right now. I think we'll go Goblin Hut. Try to just protect our Ice Wizard here and kill his Musketeer. We don't actually kill the Musketeer, that's a little bit annoying. But this is why I was talking about this matchup is a bit harder for us, because his Musketeer will always win the battle versus our Ice Wizard and provide more value. So that's why this is a little bit tricky. It's a pretty close to even matchup, but it's definitely slightly in his favor. Like, because of the skeletons for his faster cycle, and then also Tornado doesn't get much value for us. But we're going to try to NATO that away, so then the tower targets the graveyard, which is kind of what we want. And then we're just going to try to go kind of as for graveyard, it's sort of just desperation because we're down so much. Yeah, it's so hard. We'll see if we can defend somehow, but it's not looking very good. I mean, I think we can defend, but what I mean is we need to get so much more damage, and I don't know. Go Goblin Hut to tank for the graveyard. Let's try to just like spam everything here, see what we can do, see if we can get enough damage on his King Tower, but it's not looking very likely. And if we had more time, we probably would have ended up winning because we were starting to overwhelm him, but we ran out of time, so unfortunately we do lose that game. Again, I think he definitely has the edge there. That's a graveyard deck that does end up countering this one, and that's mostly because our NATO doesn't get much value in that matchup, and also Musketeer counters the Ice Wizard and does very good versus Baby Dragon, and our Ice Wizard doesn't get much value in the matchup. That's mostly why he has this light edge, as well as him having skeletons for the faster cycle, allowing him to cycle Goblin Huts quicker and then going for graveyards more often. So a little tricky for us, but definitely can't say I played it perfectly. There are probably a couple things I could have done differently to make the match closer or end up winning the game, but was definitely a bit tricky. So now we're 19-3, which isn't the best. But then again, I am on my mini account right now that already has the emote, so I'm not like too stressed out because like I still have my main account. So let's go for a Barbarian Barrel. I mistimed it slightly, but it looks like we're versing Golem, which is actually a very good matchup. If you guys didn't know, for Graveyard, like this is actually one of the best matchups, but that was a very, very unfortunate start. That he decided to go Golem at the bridge first play of the game. Yeah, that was a very kind of unlucky start, to say the least. Oh my gosh, wow, yeah, wow, this guy's just playing everything at the bridge. Gonna be honest, guys, I'm a little annoyed right now. This is, I mean, I wouldn't expect to be at 19 wins in a global tournament and have someone start with, like, Golem at the bridge first play of the game. That's not really what you're supposed to do when you're using Golem. You're supposed to, like, build up a push in the back, but yeah, a little bit annoyed right now. I'm really surprised this is what I'm seeing at 19 wins in this global tournament, but we can still win. As I said, it's a great matchup. It's just that was a incredibly bad start because once again, I was not expecting him to do something like that. So the way we want to win this is we don't go in for any graveyards until double or triple. We kind of take this pretty slow and wait to get like a counter push once we take care of his Golem. Yeah, okay, looks like he is going to take our tower. This is really frustrating, too, because this is such a good matchup. It's just the start was really bad. Alright, looks like we lose this one, too. We'll go to the next one. We'll get 20, but we're already at 4 losses. Wow, guys, really disappointing. I'm honestly pretty annoyed, angry right now that that's the start we got versus that match. Man, like, yeah, usually when I'm recording, I'm not, like, annoyed or upset, but I'm honestly pretty annoyed right now. That's pretty disappointing that he started the game off with Golem at the bridge, like, first play of the game, basically. And then we didn't have the correct cycle we needed to defend it, which was really, really unfortunate. But I guess that goes to show kind of how easy Golem is to use. So he didn't play that miner in the safe spot. We can actually Nino that to the King Tower. We get the King Tower activated. Good start to this game. As I said, let's just try to win this and at least get to 20. I know 24 isn't that good, but I mean, it's good, but I usually expect more for myself, but not every global tournament goes how you want it to go. We're just gonna go Baby Dragon here on his Skeleton Barrel. And it looks like we're versing a Mega Knight. Or we might just be versing a Skeleton Barrel control deck. I don't know if he has Mega Knight. He might have like Goblin Hut instead of the Mega Knight. But he is going to have the Inferno Drag. So we already have the King Tower activated, which is really solid for us. We're just going to go Poison on his Goblin Huts. And just to kind of like take them out. And yeah, I would say we're in a good like position right now because we have the King Tower activated, and we seem to be going versus like a minor control deck, which is usually like a better matchup for us in double. Because we have the King I was gonna say because we had the King activated, we could have ignored that, but he decided to go for a he decided to go for a miner, so I was forced to address it with a bar barrel. Mega Knight luckily didn't jump on our goblin hut. It was close to splashing both the spear goblin and the hut. That could have been pretty bad. Mega Knight is not going to get much value for this guy here. It's going to get taken out by the knight, and the goblin hut should be left untouched by the Mega Knight, and that is going to end up being the case. We're probably going to be going a little bit aggressive here just because he doesn't have a Mega Knight in rotation, and also because he used a lot of elixir on the goblin hut in the right lane, and as a result, we are going to get a lot of damage on his tower, and we are going to end up taking it, so we just need to defend for the next 25 seconds here, and we should have this game wrapped up. So we're just going to go ahead and NATO all this away, and go for a bar barrel on that goblin gang, and go for an ice wizard, baby dragon, and that's going to be it. We do get the win. We do end up getting 20-4. Not the best, but again, this is my mini account, so not too stressed out, just a little bit annoyed from that elixir golem game. As I said, I can't really believe, like, I'm upset for a couple reasons about that match. One, it's a good matchup for me, so I'm just mad that I lost it, and then two, I'm just upset that he goes like E-Golem first play of the game basically, and then our cycle was messed up, and I just wasn't ready to defend it. So it was just kind of an annoying game in general, but I am happy we did end up getting 20-4. Really nice overall. Happy to get 20, and then I still have my main account, which is currently 16-1 right now, so I'll try to do my best to make it as far as I can on my main account, because 16-1, definitely good start. Might have the chance of getting the emote, but my plan for tomorrow's video might be a ladder video. I'm going to pushing to 7K on my main account, or if you guys would like a global tournament video, I could play on my mini account, play until I lose basically, and then open up the rewards. That's an option as well. But this is the deck again. Make sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and let me know what deck you guys want me to use in the global tournament if I played again on this account, or do it on my main account for tomorrow's video, or if you want me to push to 7K, just let me know. Thanks again. Until next time, guys.